So, I've got something to admit. I'm getting the begonia bug. It's been raining all week, so I took the opportunity to order some new begonias. And in this video, I'm going to introduce you to them and pot them up. The first is this red tempest, which has an amazing speckled leaf. Second is this begonia holiday, which has a fantastic iridescent leaf, and the silver patches are almost metallic. It's really incredible. It's leaves like this that have got me into begonias. I just don't think you can beat the foliage. And I'm going to grow them as houseplants, and in the summer, if I can propagate them from leaf cuttings, I'll have more plants to put outside and they will look really exotic. The third plug I ordered is Begonia Patua, which again has a really nice purpley green leaf. And last, but definitely not least, is this oddball, Begonia sea urchin, with its weird contorted leaves and hairy petioles and stems. It was actually bred by the nursery that I ordered these plugs from, which is Dibley's. I thought I'd try them out. They've got a nice selection of begonias. Each of the plants came really well packaged, and they were in the post for a few days, and they've survived fantastically. Each individual plug has its own plastic bag to retain moisture while it's in transit, and they're grown in a cornstarch bag, which can just be placed straight into the soil. And I like that they all come with their own label that you can put into your pot after you've potted them up. Here you can see the roots are starting to emerge through the cornstarch bag. You don't need to open the bag at all, and it's best not to disturb the roots. So I'm just going to place this straight into the soil as I pot them up. And I'm going to do that now, into 9cm pots. I made a special trip to the garden centre just so that I could get this houseplant compost, which is best because it has a good balance between air pockets and nutrients, so the begonias don't sit too wet. I've just filled each of the 9cm pots with some of this houseplant compost, and I just gently place in the root ball and then firm the houseplant compost around the base of the begonias. And that's it. They'll have space to grow away for the next season, and hopefully I'll get lots of leaves from which I can take leaf cuttings and produce plenty of new plants for the house and for my tiny tropical garden. And just look how great they look combined. Now I can add these to my Begonia luxurians and the Begonia Angel's Blush that I bought in for winter. Now the last step is just to give them a tiny bit of water. I don't want them to be too wet because they'll rot away in winter, and they're not actively growing as much as they are in summer. And just imagine, if I can propagate these plants, how good this foliage is going to look in the shady corners of the garden amongst the ferns and other shade-loving plants. There was a booklet of really useful information sent with these plants, and it told me which prefer more sunlight and which prefer shaded areas, and this will come in extremely useful to help me get them through the winter and to choose the spots for them in the summer. Comment below and let me know if you've got the begonia bug, and be sure to hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.